Then let's see. It's time for us to begin the conversation. 600 days of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. LASCODA in focus, and LASCODA is the Lagos State Coconut Development Authority. And who else is better suited to take us through that discussion other than Mr. Dapo? Olakulehin is a friend of the house, General Manager for LASCODA, and is joining me right now on the program. It's nice to have you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And a belated birthday wish going out to you. I think you marked the birthday, was that how many days ago?
On 16th January.
Okay, that's precisely some 5 days ago. All right, so belated birthday shout out. And Happy New Year too.
Thank you very much.
Great. Now, the year 2021 has started in earnest, and that means lots of things for you in terms of germinating ideas that will lead to growth of your agency. But before we reflect on that quickly, let's talk about 600 days of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu with reference to LASCODA. How has things been?
Thank you very much, Victor. 600 days of Mr. Governor has been very, very beautiful for Lagos State Coconut Development Authority. To the extent that within that 600 days, a lot of people are asking us that, is our agency just formed by this administration? Not knowing that the agency has been on for the past 20-something years ago.
Right.
That shows that a lot of things is taking place within the realm of Coconut Value Chain Development Authority.
All right.
And the authority, basically our activities is within the pillar of making Lagos a 21st century economy.
That's the fourth pillar.
The fourth pillar
Okay.
of the team agenda. And this is what is informing us in doing a lot of things. One, in making Lagos a 21st century economy. The issue of unemployment is being addressed by our agency, and we have done a lot with the help of this administration, Mr. Governor, in this regard.
Okay. Employment is one. So for you, the highs for the agency in this 20 months of Mr. Governor's reign, the landmarks, can we talk about that from LASCODA's perspective?
Yes, from LASCODA's perspective, I will divide it into three major landmarks. One is production. The second one is the processing. While the third one is the utilization. A lot of people will ask, where do we have coconut in Lagos State?
Right.
All the coconut are growing. When you go to the coastline, where we call coconut belt, we don't see much coconut there again. And this administration, within the last 600 days, we've been able to give close to 200,000 seedlings.
200,000?
Yes, 200,000 seedlings to farmers within the coconut belt and outside the urban area and everything. Because the objective is to reverse the trend, to make coconut to be everywhere within the state. Because if we don't have enough coconut, there's no way we can increase the processing end. That we can improve the processing.
Right.
The nuts that the processors will process will come from somewhere. So that's where the attention is on production. And that's why Mr. Governor approved the distribution of close to 200,000 seedlings to farmers through local government in the state. So this was done within the 300, within 600 days.
Right.
You will agree with me that the effect of this, because coconut has a long germination period, minimum 4 years.
How many years?
4 years. 3
Okay.
to 4 years minimum. So, but as of now, before the administration, before the incoming administration, we are recording roughly 2 million coconut trees in the state. But with the intervention of Mr. Governor, and within these 600 days, we can safely say we have close to 3 million coconut trees across the length and breadth of Lagos State.
3 million?
Yes.
Wow, that's massive.
And the objective is that before the end of this administration, we want to record close to 10 million productive trees. That is what we are working towards.
Right. So, and let's look at the importance of this. What is the economic importance of having coconuts, really, if you're going to put it into proper perspective for our listeners this morning?
Well, the last survey we did, we realized that the transactional value of coconuts in Lagos State now is at the range of 76 billion.
76 billion?
76 billion. That is production, processing, commercialization, utilization, the trade, the volume of trade, what goes on within that coconut value chain is close to 76 billion naira. The implication of this is that you have a lot of people within that value chain that are doing a lot of transactions.
Right.
There are so much economic activities within that space.
Okay.
If with what Lagos State government is putting in place within the last 600 days, the objective is to increase the transaction value of coconut value chain to 350 billion per annum, which is possible with a lot of things that the Lagos State government is putting in place under this administration. Like I said, under processing, during these 600 days, close to 1,000 coconut processors were empowered with a lot of inputs so that they increase their economic activities. We also build their capacities, their capacity, so that they will be able to process to meet the industrial need, to meet the export need, and as well as local need. Also, on the issue of waste, most of the time you see the coconut shell is always waste. But now we've been able to capture youth. At least during these 600 days, we trained close to 120 youth on how to use coconut shell for art and craft. I'm happy to tell you that we did a assessment yesterday. Just yesterday, we concluded the assessment, just visiting some of these trainees randomly. And I tell you, most of them are now using the skill acquired during this training as main source of their livelihood.
Which is very, very good.
We have somebody in Bariga there, Ademolagun Olubumi, Ojokoros, to be precise. Also, Olu robot in Bariga is there. We visited them.
So these trainings that you're giving to them, they're using it as a source of a livelihood now.
Yes, now. And this training, we are not stopping at training them. When we train them during this training, we also gave them some inputs, resources to start to take off. Like the basic tools. To get us basic tools.
To get them started.
And apart from that, we facilitated the training of EDI. There's this Enterprise Development Institute of CBA. With this training, they have access to credit facilities.
Which is good.
And some of them have been assessing little credit to.
All right. Now, which part of the state, because as we speak, and you're talking so, eloquently about coconut and the value chain, which part of the state can we find this crop?
Well, there's what you call coconut belt in Lagos State, which is made up of the coastal belt of 180 kilometers of Lagos State. And by law and by nature, 1 kilometer setback of the ocean is only coconut that can stay there. But I must agree with you that because of human activities and because we have not been paying attention to what is happening along this coastline, the belt has been shrinking over the year. And I want to say it within that 600 days, because Mr. Governor realized the importance of this belt, that we need to rebuild this belt back. Because this belt is shrinking. That's why the land is being exposed to.
And which areas does this belt cover? Which areas of the state?
From Seme down to Ibejuleki. It's just along the beach.
Along the coastline.
Along the coastline.
So from Seme, Badagry, all that
down all the corridor.
To Lekki.
To Lekki.
Wow.
Exactly. So that is.
It's a long stretch.
It's a long stretch. That's why we have mainly coconut and. That's what we call coconut belt. But apart from that, we have a lot of islands in Ojo, Badagry, Apapa, Ibejuleki, that predominantly what you have there as vegetation is coconut. So this area, that's what we call coconut belt. And generally in Lagos State too, there's nowhere you cannot plant coconut.
Because Lagos is below the sea level. All right, so that's pretty.
Let me quickly add there that because of the importance of this belt, Mr. Governor, within 600 days, he was able to bring the country director of FAO.
That's the Food Agricultural Organization.
That look, this coconut is important. The country director of FAO came in last year, and we are engaging them on how we can improve coconut lot in the state. Because with this, the importance of coconut in the environment and in livelihood of the people will be increased by FAO intervention.
Right, which is very, very crucial. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. I have Dapo Olakulehin, who's the general manager for LASCODA, in the building, and we're reflecting on 600 days of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. LASCODA in focus. I'm sure you've not forgotten, not too long ago, he was here on this program to give 100 seedlings to you, our listeners, and most of you benefited immensely from this. And that is why this morning he's also talking about that as part of the dividends and some of the things that have been attained. All right, but in terms of the consciousness level of our people, Mr. Olakulehin, how ready are they to plug into coconuts as a cash crop that they can really tap into? From what you see, are people really tapping into it?
Thank you very much. You see, like other cash crop with long gestation period, they are not always attractive to farmer. But because of the long gestation period, farmer will think, how will I wait for the next 4, 5, 6, 7 years before it start fruiting? Unlike vegetable, unlike poultry, that within a very short time you can start getting your
returns.
Your returns. But Mr. Governor is doing certain things. He's not leaving us alone in preaching the importance of coconut, because unlike other cash crop, when you have coconut, you can wait for that 3 to 4 years. It's as good as you having vegetable. And the awareness has increased to the level that as of now, we have an investor that is partnering with Lagos State government for the establishment of coconut factory in Badagry. The factory is going to be mainly for husk processing. You can get about 128 products from coconut. Byproducts from coconut. Unlike other cash crop. So the factory we are looking at, that the private sector is coming in to invest on in Badagry, is mainly for coconut husk processing. 10,000 metric tons per annum of coconut husk, which we consider as waste.
Right.
And the coconut husk is where you get cocoa fiber and cocoa peat. Without cocoa peat, you cannot do greenhouse farming. So a lot of people are coming into this space now because of the increase in awareness and the importance of not only the economic benefit of coconut, but also the health benefit of coconut.
Right. All right. We're going to be asking how Lagosians can really tap into this, especially as we project into 2021. This is Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Your side mirror is the program, and we are reflecting on 600 days. LASCODA in focus. That's the Lagos State Coconut Development Authority. All right. You've spoken a lot about the beauty. Someone who's listening to you right now will be saying, well, coconuts. Have we really tapped into the wealth of coconut charcoal, for instance? Let's reflect on that. Is that part of the husk that you just mentioned?
Thank you very much. Those are the non-edible part of coconut. That is the husk and the shell.
Okay.
So what we are looking at in Badagry is, like I said, coconut husk. But basically, it's going to be also processing coconut shell. And coconut shell will be made into the briquette and coconut charcoal.
Okay.
Now, the importance of this coconut charcoal is that when we are processing, it's going to lead to reduction in deforestation, because there will be less reliance on charcoal from the
wood.
tree.
Okay.
So, and that is what we are looking at. The environmentalists across the world, they are looking at around this space. So that factory will not only be processing coconut husk, but also be processing coconut shell into coconut charcoal and coconut briquettes.
Let's get back to some of those byproducts that you mentioned now. The edible parts, the edible byproducts from coconuts. Can you just enlighten our listener this morning? What are those edible?
We have mainly, the most popular one is coconut oil.
Okay.
Which we have the virgin, which we call cold press or hot press. Then we have coconut milk. We have coconut water. We have coconut flour and coconut flakes. We have chuk-chuk, which is popular among the islanders.
Okay.
And so many other things. But I must tell you that as of now, the attention is mainly on coconut oil. Because the technology is not there. But I'm happy to tell you that within these last 600 days, we have been able to improve the capacity of some of our processors, that we now have processors that are processing coconut flour on commercial quantity. And you know, it has a lot of health benefits.
Right.
When you incorporate it into your amala or to your eba.
Right.
The coconut flour, because of course it's a bit expensive
Right.
to be eating it only.
All right, so we have a population of over 20 million in Lagos.
Yes.
So in terms of demand and supply, are we able to meet up with the supply needs of Lagosians when we're talking about this byproduct that you talk about from coconut?
Well, as of now, we are not able, Nigeria in general, meet up with the processing need of coconut. I must say that we are able to produce only 40%.
40%?
40%. The remaining coconuts that we are processing are coming from outside the country. The reason of this is not that we are not producing. We are producing, but there is increased awareness in the demand for coconut.
Okay.
In fact, worldwide, The Economist, it's a magazine, it's an international magazine,
Right.
reported that in the last 1 decade, the increase in demand for coconut product increased by 500%. And Nigeria is not an exception because of the increase in awareness of the importance of coconut, particularly health benefit of coconut.
Right.
Attention is now focused on coconut product. So a lot of people are consuming coconut, which make us to have pressure on
Right.
the production.
Right.
And that's why, and most of the thing government is doing now, before we can start seeing the effect, because of long gestation period, it will take the next 3, 4, 5 years when the coconut we are pushing, like the 200 seedlings that we pushed out last year, before they can start
Right.
producing, it will take the next 4, 5 years
Right,
to
then.
have effect. on
Okay,
the
then
production.
Lagos Traffic Radio, that is 6.1 FM. How can people invest in coconuts, for instance? How can we begin to bring people's consciousness on investing in it? What are the things that are needed?
Well, to invest, thank God, I must tell you that we now have a lot of investors in coconut value chain.
Okay.
For example, maybe you've heard about a coconut bread, and I can tell you that the selling point
I've
for
even
bread,
tasted it before. It's very nice.
the selling point for bread in Lagos State now is either buy butter bread or buy coconut bread. It is the effort of the Lagos State government within the last 600 days that brought us to this level, where people see the selling point of bread as coconut bread.
Right.
Coconut bread.
Right.
Now, we have a lot of bakeries, investors that are flashed into that because Lagos State government has shown the way. And you now have a situation whereby coconut bread, it is not meant for elites alone. You
Okay.
can buy coconut bread anywhere. These are the area people can invest in. And I'm telling you, we have a investor that wants to further partner with Lagos State government
Okay.
on this coconut bread. Now, it's a private sector, and if the partnership works, we are looking at that particular value chain employing close to 1,000 individuals.
Okay.
Creating additional 1,000 individuals. Then apart from that, there are so many processing points that investors can come in.
Right.
You may choose to be producing coconut flour. You may choose to be producing coconut water. You may choose to be producing coconut milk, not necessarily only coconut oil. This husk that we are talking about, these are the areas we consider as waste. You may choose to be processing coconut husk, which you can get so many products from it. You may choose to be processing coconut shell, and you may even go into the production of coconut itself. That is at commercial scale.
Right.
You want to go into commercial scale, the minimum you can have, the minimum is having 2 hectares of land. If you have 2 hectares of land, which you have 400 coconut trees of it,
Right.
it's enough for you to call yourself a commercial coconut farmer. So
Okay.
there are so many points along the value chain that investor can come in and
Be part of it. All right, then. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Let's see if we can expand the discourse beyond the studios right now and also have your input as well. We're talking 600 days of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu with LASCODA in focus. And LASCODA, you know, is Lagos State Coconut Development Authority. Dapo Olakulehin is the general manager and is taking taking us to the classroom on how it all works. So far, so good. He said a lot, and you can see he looks like an encyclopedia when you talk about coconuts in Lagos. He seems to have all the figures at his hand. All right, so let's hear from you. 080-99120-777. Okay, that's the numbers that you can connect with us on the program this morning. 080-99120-777 is the numbers to connect with us. Third Milan Bridge is still relatively quiet, even from the entry point all through Unilag Waterfront down to the diversion point. It's still appreciably okay for now as you drive through that corridor. Ikorodu Road, slow between mile 12 and Ojota, but no worries at all. It's still appreciably good. Eboda was still explaining that update from you. Someone did talk about the slowness moving from Kudrat Abiola Way down to Ojota. What's the situation? We'd love to hear from you as well. Okay, so you can talk to us. Hello there.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I quite appreciate you and your guest.
What's your name?
My name is Buki.
Buki, where are you calling from?
I'm coming from Idiaraba now.
All right, go ahead then.
Idiaraba. Because I just want to find out if I want to be an investor or want to partner with you. You talked about 2 hectares, like monetary value, like how much can this be equivalent, or how much will be able to buy these 2 hectares?
Okay. Great question. All right, so to invest, you want to know what are the returns, right?
The requirements, the finance that will be involved to get involved with coconut production and so.
All right. Just keep listening then.
Okay. Thank you.
All right then. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Let's still have your input to put all the calls together, and then we allow our guests to also respond to some of those concerns of yours. Talk to me. What are your own thoughts? What are your expectations that relates to coconut in the state of Lagos? Hello there.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Right. What's your name?
My name. Olakulehin is my name.
Olaifa, you said?
Olakulehin.
Oh, Olaifa. Okay, where are you calling from?
I'm on the road.
Where is that?
Around Aswani.
Aswani. Okay,
Yes.
I hope you're making use of your hands free, and I hope you're not driving and making the call at the same time.
Yeah, I'm using my hands free.
Okay, go ahead then.
On the Aswani. So please, there's no road to airport road, please, from Matapa to the expressway. There's no road to get to the airport from Matapa to the all the roads have been blocked. I don't know why this is not happening. I've been on the road since 7 o'clock.
Yeah, they're doing construction work at somewhere between Toyota and Sadiku. So you're supposed to make use of Yanosolo, that end there, go through Aye, connect Aswani, from there to 7 and 8, and proceed towards the airport. That's the alternative. If you're coming from that end, and then if you're also coming from Oshodi, those coming from Oshodi are to drive through the airport road, 7 and 8, and connect Aswani from there. So that's what's happening where you are. It's because of the construction. We've been talking about that for the past 2 to 3 hours.
Oh, it is very serious. Because the flyover at Toyota has been blocked. So
Yes.
I don't know.
It's blocked. That's very true. It's blocked. But like I said, those that are listening to us right now, you can make that from the rear. You're supposed to just divert through Yanosolo, go through Aye. From there, connect Aswani. From Aswani, 7 and 8.
Okay, although there's a lot of traffic here, but we'll just connect. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, then. Thank you. We're moving on. Lagos Traffic Radio, 96.1 FM, 080-99120-777 is the numbers to connect with us. We're talking coconut development, and we're reflecting from the perspective of LASCODA in the past 600 days of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Talk to me. Hello there. Hello. All right, then. We lost that one. Keep your calls coming. Or you can also express yourself on Facebook and, of course, on our Twitter handle, as well as you can send any question via WhatsApp too. If you feel like expressing yourself, feel free to do so on the program this morning, even as we move on and talk about it. If you're on that Apapa Oshodi Expressway, we did say if you're coming in from Oshodi, go through Airport Road, and that's because of the construction work ongoing at that location. Hello? Hello there. All right, we lost that one. Let's get to answer Bukola's question. She's talking about investment.
Thank you very much. Ms. Bukola from Idiaraba. Yeah. Well, the time may not permit us to fully go to the investment plan of 2 hectares, but I can give some figures straight.
Okay.
For 2 hectares, you need about 400 coconut seedlings.
Okay, so 200 seedlings for 1 hectare.
1 hectare. So, and it depends on the varieties that you have interest in. We have 3 major varieties. The dwarf, that is the short one, that start fruiting within the 3rd and 4th year after planting. We have hybrid within 7th and 5th and 6th year. And we have what you call improved West African tall, which start germinating between as from 7th year after planting. I already recommend the planting of the 3.
Okay.
So that you take the advantages of the 3. Because when you are talking of coconut oil, the best variety that can give you oil is IWAT, that is improved West African tall. While talking about coconut water and coconut milk, you are talking of either the hybrid or the dwarf. So I always advise people.
So you can mix the 3.
To mix the 3 so that before the West African tall start fruiting, you have dwarf that will start fruiting. So that is that. Okay. Again,
in terms of the monetary
value,
that the finance required.
The finance required, well, you have to acquire the land, which depends on the location.
Okay.
And you have to do all the cultivation, that is preparation and everything, before you can say that you have you can plant your coconut there.
But how much per seedling if I'm to buy a seedling, for instance?
The cost of seedling varies from 500 to 1,000 naira. So it depends on the type of the variety that.
And can I grow coconut anywhere in Lagos?
You can plant coconut anywhere in Lagos.
Anywhere.
So, but for investor, the straight thing I will tell you is that if you plant your 400 trees, and conservatively, a tree is supposed to give you close to 100 nuts in a year. But I don't used to use 100 nuts to give to farmers. I say, okay, I assume that all things are not equal.
Right.
They gave you 50 nuts
in a year.
So you are talking of 2 million nuts in a year from 2 hectares.
Wow.
So, and if you then say it's 100 naira per coconut seed, you know what that means. So, but like I said, it will take the next 3 to 4 years
before you can start reaping the growth.
But what we are advising people is that when you plant it in these 2 hectares, there is something we call intercropping. You can plant something like sweet potato alongside. So immediately, you don't need to wait for the next 4 years. Your 2 hectares, it doesn't need to wait before you start getting something out of it. This sweet potato that is planted in it, you can start harvesting within a year.
Right.
And it's reduced the weeding and everything that you will do into the coconut plantation. So
right.
like our first Ms. Buki, she can get in touch with us.
All right.
So that we see.
You give her proper advice.
Proper advice.
Okay.
On how to go about it.
All right. Before the end of the program, then we can give some lines that she can call as well. But you can talk to us 08099120777. That's the numbers to connect with us on the program this morning. If you also want to have your say. Hello there. Hello. Okay. Then we're having some little challenge with the connection this morning, but we'll see how we clean that up. This is Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. A brief break, 1 or 2 messages. When we return, we'll hear from you before we begin to wrap up on the program this morning. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. 600 days of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu with reference to LASCODA, which is the Lagos State Coconut Development Authority. And I have Dapo Olakulehin here with me in the studios. We're talking a whole lot about what's going on. Let me hear from you. Hello there.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Kolawole. I'm calling from Ondo Street.
Okay, Kolawole, talk to me.
Actually, I've been following your program, and you guys are doing wonderfully well.
All right.
Concerning the discussion for this morning, as regards the coconut
Development Authority, yes, and coconut farming.
What I want to find out is, can one invest with them?
Can one do what?
Invest.
Yes, why not?
Okay.
Okay, you want to invest in it and you want to know how to do that.
Directly, not me going by myself.
To farm.
Putting some funds to them and let them do the farming. What will be my return on investment at the end of the year?
All right, then. He will break it down for you, okay?
All right.
Thank you so much. All right, let's just respond to that right away. So, for people like him who are probably working from 9 to 5, what's the prospects of them investing?
Well, what we can do is partnership. Okay. We don't go into direct. It's private sector that we lead.
Okay.
But when you show interest, we create an enabling environment for you to operate. That is how far we can go.
Okay.
We are present to establish a coconut factory in Badagry now. We are partnering with such investor in creating an enabling environment and have some level of agreement.
So for him now, Kolawole, if he brings like 3 million naira to put down as an investment seed into coconut, in the next 5 to 6 years, how much returns will he make? Probably these are things he's thinking about.
I can't say precisely. Let him come and meet us so that we discuss on which area of investment. Is it processing? Is it production? Is it utilization? It depends on the area of investment.
Let's take this call then. Hello there. Good morning.
Okay, so Buki, I'm the one who's calling.
Okay, Buki.
Okay, what I want to ask also is just assessment. You should just let if Lagos State can look into this kind of thing, where people can actually invest. Because I'm still in service and I'm looking forward to doing things like this. So that if Lagos State has the land, we can plan for us. Then we now begin to say, okay, this is how many plots I have or how many acres I have, and we look into that.
Okay.
If they don't, they should please look into this, please.
Okay.
Dr. Olakulehin, please. Thank you.
All right, then. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On that, we have an agency in Lagos State, which we call Agri Land Holding Authority. My agency is not in charge of land. So interested investor can approach this agency. Once the land is secured, I can come in. My agency can come in to support such investors. We have some of them in the Epe and Itoeke area that have acquired land for the purpose of coconut plantation. And their plantations are doing well around that.
You call this Agri Land Holding
Authority.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, then. Let's see if we can take this to the home stretch this morning. Can I still sneak in a call? All right. Let's see. Let's begin to wrap this up right now on the program because of time constraints. So, your message, this 600 days, what we've done, and of course, in projecting into 2021, what's your message to our people this morning, Mr. Olakulehin?
My message to our people is to mainstream our activities into coconut value chain. The objective of this administration is to ensure that coconut subsector of agriculture contributes significantly to the IGR of the state. And how can this be done? It is for us to increase the economic activities in coconut value chain. So we are calling investors, we are calling people to buy into coconut. Is of good economic importance. You can't lose your investment if you invest in coconut value chain.
All right. And for those who want to invest, like Bukola and others that have been wanting to connect with you, how can they do that?
They can reach me on my phone, 080-230-6 in 5 places.
Okay, 230-66666.
Yes.
Okay.
So like Dr. Bukola,
right,
she can reach me so that we discuss further.
Right.
But now we can assist her to have a coconut plantation.
Very good. All right, then. So this is how far we will go on the program this morning. And, of course, we'll be able to have this discussion and this engagement on 600 days of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, looking at it from the perspective of LASCODA. All right, so like he said, you can send a text or perhaps connect with him, 0802 306 6666. Okay, that's 0802 306 6666. Well, we have to go now. The program this morning has been produced by Korede Bamishile. Equally, let me say a big thank you to Kayode Mafolashere, Philip Akinwara, and Mubosala Kasale for our social media team. Mudukwe Oluwa Okpayemi has been there doing a whole lot. She is the Public Affairs Officer for LASCODA. Thank you so much for making this possible. And to our executive producer, Tayo Akonle. All right, so 600 days of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu will continue tomorrow. And the big one, we're reflecting on road construction and rehabilitation. What has been done in 600 days. We'll be connecting with the Special Advisor on Works and Infrastructure tomorrow, Friday, so you can keep it locked on the frequency. All right, then. Till then, have a great day. This is Victor Terry. Stay safe. COVID-19 is real. Let's observe all the protocols, all the measures that relates to safety at this time as advised by government. Bye for now.